Blah, y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yako, what it do? The outlet to reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama, or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. But anyways, fans, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Cha-ching. And today we have a very, very special guest who's one of the best cookers, and she has the best Instagram live you have to watch. Give it up for Vivi. What's up, girl?
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's an amazing intro. I feel really good.
Thank you, girl. I try, you know.
I appreciate that.
Of course, of course. Well, I want to share a really quick story that happened to me yesterday. And for my fans out there that don't know, I actually stopped drinking. It's been
Mm.
on January, and then I drank one of my grandmas. She's like a grandma to me. She passed away recently, so I had to get a beer. But I'm right now. It's my third week. I'm not drinking, and most of it's more um like I feel like it's mental, and I'm sleeping better because you don't wake up with a hangover. So it's really good, my opinion. Now,
Mhm.
when I went out, check this out. I went to so I'm from Vegas, I live in the party city, and and I went out with, some of my friends. They came from Arizona to visit me, and it was their birthday, so we celebrated. We got shots, but I told the bartender, "Hey, make sure that thing got pineapple. I don't want no like liquor. I don't drink." It's funny because all the bartenders, they gave me that look like, "Whoa, you don't drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't drink."
Why are
It's
you
like,
coming to a bar?
yeah, yeah, they have that face like, man, something's different. And
Mhm.
so we're having a good time. And at the end, when my friends left, I said to myself, let me go to maybe a club like next door. I still feel like I have a lot of energy because I'm not drinking. So I go
Mhm.
inside, and you're not gonna believe this. It's packed of people. And they were playing reggaeton, and I love reggaeton. You
Yay.
know, I was
Yes.
feeling it. Hey. So I was having a good time, and I was chilling in the corner with my little pina colada with no liquor, my virgin pina.
A virgin piña colada.
Yeah, there
Still
you go.
good.
Hey, you can't go wrong. You see?
No.
Chilling right there, drinking, and there's a girl in front of me, and she was looking at me for a little bit, and I was looking at her too, but I wasn't paying attention. I'm just vibing the music, and I'm like really stuck in the corner. And she says to me, "Hey, by any time you need to leave your area, just let me know, and I'll let you get through." And I said, "Oh, that's really nice of you. Thank you." And so I'm just chilling, right? And you're not gonna believe this. Maybe within an hour or two, there was two beautiful girls that came by my area,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Man, you by yourself today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just just vibing the music." And she's like, "Dance a little bit." So we danced there a little like that. You know, I
Mhm.
was I was jamming, and she was really nice. She was real nice. She was talking to me, and you know what? I was like, "All right, cool. This is interesting because usually when I drink, I'm the same, but like funnier, I feel, and I'm more relaxed, and I feel like and other times I will go out of my way to talk to a girl, at the club, and then she'll be like, "Oh, what's up?" Yeah. But here was a little different. It was like they were. I maybe it's the energy. They felt my energy. I didn't sound drunk. I didn't, give that vibe like, "Oh, he's a creep." So I thought that was pretty cool. And then later that night, you're not gonna believe this. So I was chilling with those two girls I was telling you, right? The
Mhm.
five girls that were first I interacted with. Remember, I told you with the
Mhm.
girl said, "I'll let you pass by."
Right.
She was
Mhm.
looking at me and her best friend. I was like, "Man, they probably making fun of my shirt." I was like, "I don't know what's what's wrong with my shirt, you know?"
Like, is there something on? Is there I have
Yeah.
something on me?
Right. Did I have like salsa or something? I don't know what. Tomato sauce. And then next she pulled me. She's like, "Come on, dance with us." I'm like, "Whoa." So I go with the group, and I'm dancing right there. Then they start changing the
Mhm.
music. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, merengue, let's do it.
Yes.
You know? And it was so dope. Like the whole night, it was so different. And it's interesting seeing people getting drunk. Like the guys around me too, they were just yawning. And you could tell they're getting sleepy. And me, I haven't
Mhm.
drank. This is 3 in the morning. I'm not even sleepy.
Wow.
So I gotta say, like hands down, this was a very different experience. And I felt like even waking up today, I was not hangover. I felt good. I
Mhm.
slept good. Yeah, it was just different, but I don't know. Like I just wanted to share something like something a little inspiring.
How long do you think you're gonna do the sober life for?
So that's a very good question. You're the first one to
Yeah.
ask. So I'm gonna do it till my birthday. It's August.
So your birth to August. Oh my God, that's a long time. I like doing little sober breaks. I think I'm due for one now because I have been kind of drinking a little much. But here's a little tip when you start drinking again. Someone told me to take B12 before you go to sleep, and drink a lot of water, of course. Also, what helps me too is I get the worst hangovers, and that's why I don't like drinking. But what I started doing is I'm just avoid the mixed drinks completely, and I just drink straight. I drink straight, drink a lot of water, and take B12, and that's been helping me so much. So maybe when you start drinking again, just get some B12 with you, and maybe that'll help you out.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy because I'm almost 30, and it's like, man, I live my youth. I gotta take life serious a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Just a little bit, right? We're reaching that point.
Yeah,
I'm also reaching 30.
oh, for real.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is you turn 30 this year or next year?
I turned 30 in May. I turned, yeah, in like 3 months. May
Oh, so
26th. Yep. Memorial weekend is my big 30. So
wow,
it's
wow.
creeping up.
Any big plans you trying to do like for your birthday?
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a party with my friends and family, have some food, some music. I love hosting parties. I love cooking for people, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have a lot of people over, and do that. Go crazy, go all out.
That's what's
Are you
up.
gonna do anything? Do you have any plans?
So here's the thing. Last year, for those who don't know, I had a really big venue. It was called Mariposa Cocina, one of the biggest venues in Vegas.
Mm,
And I spoke with the owner because my friend is he's a DJ, and we had a
mhm.
meeting, and you're not gonna believe it. We I told the owner that we'll make over $1,000 for the people I invite to my party. In one night they made $12,000.
Wow.
And we
He's like,
only
say less, come back, throw another party whenever you want.
Yeah, yeah, and he was shocked. Honestly,
Wow.
we only had like about I say 25 people.
What? So they were heavy drinkers? Is that
So
what
I think he said they made more profit for the food they order because they
the
sell food.
food?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
so it
okay.
makes sense if
Nice.
So I felt real special. I didn't have to
Yeah.
pay a whole spot to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
like this is a new spot. I'm gonna have an event. I wish you were here, girl. I wouldn't invite. You're still welcome to
Yes.
come through. Um,
Thank you.
so this Saturday, you're not gonna believe this. I talked to another venue. They they own two restaurants, right? Mexican restaurant, but one of them is
Okay.
so big that they basically can have events outside and inside. So I asked to basically be like an assistant in a way for the DJ, help them out, be the
Mm-hmm.
MC. The good thing about me is I love to dance. I actually teach, cumbia and bachata.
What?
Yeah,
What? That's awesome. That's really awesome.
thank you, girl. So this is gonna be nice because we're gonna do it outside, outdoor. So it's gonna be basically like bringing communities all over to join. It doesn't
I
matter
love that.
who you are, no cover. We'll have tacos 24/7. DJ will be around, and I think it'll be a good time. So
Wow.
this
Yeah, I might have to make my way down there. I actually have family in Vegas and I used to go there all the time before I turned 21. So maybe it'll just be an excuse to get all my cousins, all my primas and primos out there to visit family and then go to this event of yours because that sounds like a really good time.
Thank you, girl. Yeah, if you could tell your family to come, like, and if you could
Yeah.
come, I'll send you the flyer. It would be amazing,
Okay.
girl. I feel like this is my first one. Really happy that everything's going smooth, and I never thought this was gonna happen. Honestly, I was nervous when I spoke with the owner. I was like sweating, my heart started beating. Do 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 do. I thought he's gonna say, "Man, you know what? I appreciate you wanting to promote us, but I don't think I think we're fine." But girl,
Mhm.
I gotta ask you. So, get to the main star of today. Of course, you tell us a little bit about yourself, like your background, so my fans can know you, your hobbies.
Okay. Yeah. So my name is Vianey. People call me Vivi. And what I do is I cater. I sell food for big parties, and then I also do little meals here and there. I've always loved to cook. I would post on Snapchat the step-by-step process, like the last 10 years, and people would always be like, you need to start a cookbook, you need to do a cooking classes. But I was always so shy or kind of afraid to do it. Like your heart was like racing and you were kind of scared. But once I realized that you have to do the things that scare you a little bit and get you excited, that's just you following your spirit. So, and during the pandemic, that's when I really went all out. Restaurants were closing and I was posting more and I was able to start selling food, really selling food out my apartment during the pandemic. And people loved it. I loved the feedback that I was getting from people. And it just really pushed me to go outside the box and do things outside of my comfort zone. Last summer, I started selling cafe de olla and food outside my grandma's house. I take care of my grandmother full time as well. Right now, she's in Mexico. Shout out to my grandma. She's in Mexico right now. But I take care of my grandmother full time and I sell food on the side. And she really encouraged me to sell food outside and not be afraid to do that. And I was really shy at first. I would be sitting out there. She would be like, "You need to talk to the people. You need to like bring them in." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay." Even if they say no, I'm just gonna start up a conversation just to talk to them, and that would bring people back, even if they wouldn't buy right then and there. Um, and that's really what I've been doing this year. I've been doing a lot of things that scare me. Being courageous. That was like my gift to myself, my 29-year-old self. And cooking is my passion. Giving back to the community is my passion. Networking is my passion. So I also started like a group with my sister. It's called Mindful Mujeres. We both started going to therapy. I've been in therapy going on 4 years, and I've taken a lot of mindful self-compassion courses, and I've learned a lot on how to deal with trauma. And we both love to cook. We both learned how to cook at a very young age. So what we do is we get people together, we get women together, we cook for them, and then we do really fun stuff. We can do like it started off doing vision boards and bath bombs, and now my sister and her wife they do sound baths and we do meditations and we just really connect and we are just ourselves. And it's a good time, and I love that we're able to do put food and connecting with other people together in these little retreats that we have. So any way that I can bring people together, I've always liked throwing parties and feeding people. So any way that I can bring people together and feed people, that's what I want to do. I want to do like pop-ups. I want to do all that stuff. So it's just getting started. You guys, you have to follow me. You have to see where my life is going because it is just going uphill from here, and I'm really excited for everything that's to come.
I love that. That's amazing. And I have to ask you, so speaking of vision boards, and then congrats, on continuing, growing, right? And I want to know, what do you see yourself like? What's part of your vision board? If you could share a little bit that you see
Yeah.
yourself, doing.
Definitely. So I'm starting a culinary program. On Monday is my first day of class, and I didn't think that I was gonna go to culinary school because it was never really in the books for me. I applied to one years ago, but it was so expensive, and I was just like, let me just take little cooking classes here and there, and I worked at fine dining restaurants, and I've learned from them. But this opportunity came, and it's all paid for 100% with the grant. And they really support entrepreneurs. And my goal, I want to own a building where I can have, like, downstairs, I want an industrial kitchen with a huge community table, and people either can come, we cook a meal together and eat it together, or I cook this meal and they pay whatever per person. And we just come together in community, because I don't know if you grew up with a big family, but I grew up with a big family, and we would get together, eat so much food, and dance. And that is my vision. I want to bring that back, not just with my family, but with friends. I want for people to network, get together, the people in the community. And I just love that feeling. Every time I was able to do that, it was just always a good time. And that's my goal. I really want to provide that space for people. So stay tuned.
That I always say, like, you asked me, we were messaging back and forth about going live with you and you cooking. And
Yes.
I was like, girl, I would, but I ain't that great. You know what I'm saying? You're like, come on, just try it out. But I'm like, girl, I'm not the best. You talking to a guy who the best thing
No.
I can take, I'm gonna be real. The only thing I can really impress a girl, like if I'm gonna take her, like if she's gonna come over, make her a nice meal. The best thing that I can give myself credit is I can make a really good scratch pad thai.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
that's like next level. Okay, that's really good. And I love that you told me that, because I have so many people that tell me that, and then they come over or they do these lives with me, and they're like, I cannot believe I just did this. And I think people really underestimate using very few ingredients to make like a really bomb meal. My grandmother is the queen of comida de pobre. Just there's food in the house, you can make whatever you want. And when you're younger, you're like, I don't want that. But my grandmother was the queen at that. You just have a few ingredients, some seasonings, and then you can really put something really good together. So it doesn't take much, and I promise you it will be a good time when we do it together. I will walk you through it.
I might need a little bit more confidence on that, because I just, when you told me, I was like, man, I won't look embarrassing. But like, he put too much, you said he put too much butter. You know what I'm saying?
We could fix it. It can always be fixed.
That's cool. That's cool. No, I think it's amazing. And I have to ask you, so how do you know Claribel?
So actually, I met her through a friend. What I was doing during the pandemic is public schools here in Chicago, they closed right when the pandemic started because of safety issues. And a lot of kids relied on going to school for meals. And it was just really sad that some kids were really going hungry because maybe their parents weren't able to provide that for them. Little sad story of a family, like the mom really was an addict and she wasn't really able to provide for her kids. And their kids really relied on the schools for food. So what I did is, I, with the help of my cousin and my friend, I was like, let's make a bunch of food for the kids in the community and send it out to them. So we were doing a lot of community work, Gladys and I, and my friend Mila, shout out to Mila. She was like, Gladys doing a women event and she's looking for someone to cater. It's very last minute. If you can't do it, let me know. And my spirit just told me, just do it. It was my first really big catering event for someone that I didn't know. Usually I just would do it for family and friends. And this was for a women event, a fundraiser, someone that I didn't know. And I was just in such a high from giving back and following my spirit and seeing the success that was coming from it, that I was like, forget, like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be there for this girl. That's how I met Gladys through that event. She hired me, and it was so much fun. The energy that she was giving, the energy from her event. I was just gonna go there, drop off some food, and then collect my money and then head out. But I stayed for the whole event because I'm like, this is the kind of people I want to be around. Like, this is my type of vibe. And ever since then, we've been hitting each other up, just checking in on each other. That's it.
Wow, that's so cool. Wait, so how did she approach you about me? That's the thing I want to know. Like, did she?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. So you're like, how did I come into this picture?
right.
um, I DM'd her. As you mentioned, I'm doing an IG live series. I'm interviewing a bunch of people from the community and cooking with them. And I DM'd her and I said, Gladys, send me people that you think I should interview with and I should cook on live with. The people that have good vibes, that are doing great things out here. Just send me their profiles and I'll reach out to them. And you were one of them. So I was like, let's go. I'm gonna DM him and reach out to him. If Gladys said so, I trust her. She follows her spirit and we just are on the same wavelength. So that's how you came up. And I'm super grateful because this is my first podcast. So shout out to you.
Of course, girl, and it's an honor too because a little backstory. Me and Claudia Bell, like I knew her since she was 13, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and I met the family, and the crazy thing is, we made a TV show. I don't know if she told you. Um,
What?
yeah, yeah, we're on the TV on novela, right? Like everybody
What?
loves.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. So we've been doing it for, you're not gonna believe it, almost 8 years with
Wow.
the same.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, girl. With the same cast, and we started 2014, and we're still putting videos to this day. Our last video probably be April 15th, just to wrap it up and
Wow.
close it. But we're the first like independent, you could say TV show without no GoFundMe, any help.
Wow.
We did it, and to be strong for 8 years without like breaking up, that's a big deal.
It's such a big deal. Wow, that's amazing. And it can really go into something big because I don't know if you know the show Insecure, but the director, the producer of it, her name is Issa Rae, and she started off making shows on YouTube. She started off as a YouTube series and then she went on this, I think it's HBO, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it was 5 seasons long. And now she's in movies, she stayed true to herself and she started off in YouTube and now she's out here in Hollywood. So blessings to you guys. I hope you guys have so much success with that.
Thank you, girl. And if you get a chance, if you could watch it, take
I
one.
will.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Drop the name. What is it?
so see, I'm gonna take one, pass it back.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really nice because you're gonna see Claudie Bell. She cries, and I've never seen her cry like that.
Mm,
And it's so dope. There's a lot of romance, drama, comedy.
wow.
You just don't know what to expect, and it's funny because like we've all changed. Like now she's a mother, she's a husband. I mean, a
Yeah.
wife. My bad, a
A
wife.
wife.
Yeah, I don't know my words, and now I moved to Vegas, so all of us are living our life. But it's just crazy that I always would cherish those moments.
Yep. Yep. That's amazing. I love that. I can totally see Claudia in that. It's just her personality and her energy. And she's a singer. I just listened to the podcast you had with her. So I can definitely see her all in there being so successful. That's really dope. I have to check it out.
Yeah, girl, please let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying?
I will. And maybe I could come up in one of those shows.
Hey, girl, hey, where's she at? Where's she at? Oh man, no, that's what's up, girl. I'm really happy. I want to ask you something. So, going back a little bit on cooking and doing outreach, right? Do you feel um, because for me, it's patience. I think it's a hard thing. Like, I work five
Yeah.
jobs. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you. I get home.
Sheesh.
I'm like, man, I know if I could, it's gonna take an hour and a half.
Mhm.
And for me, I use the oven, because it's so easy to clean. It's
Yeah.
it may take long, but it's just so easy to clean. But if you use the pan, you got to clean everything, greases everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like,
Yep.
I mean, how do you say, girl? I'm struggling, but how do you keep that fire going? Because it's hard.
You know, it's because it's first and foremost because it's something that I love to do. At first it was very frustrating because I didn't have the skills in the kitchen. I didn't have the skills to multitask and clean as I go. So when I would be done with a meal years ago, my kitchen would be a mess and I would be so frustrated. Sure, I would have a really great meal, but I would be very frustrated. It You're right, it takes patience, it takes practice, and really it takes discipline because you have to clean as you go. You have to know, like, understand what cooks longer, what cooks the least amount. And maybe I can't cook everything in the oven. Maybe I can throw all the veggies, all the protein, everything, just to make your life easier. You got to plan for it. I spend a few hours just planning for my week, for my meals, because if I don't do that, then after a long day of work, you don't want to think about what you want to eat. You don't want to go to the grocery store. You don't want to prep and you don't want to cook. Like, that just takes too much work. So what the tip that I give people is, you just prep for it as best as you can. You got a meal, you got to write down your meals, write down the ingredients, shop for it before. And even what I started doing is I just would buy my ingredients and clean and chop them beforehand. I'll chop all my onion, all my peppers, everything that I usually use every single day. I'll just have it in the refrigerator already chopped and ready so that when I am hungry, I can just, like, kind of really throw down in the kitchen super fast. But it takes discipline, it takes patience, because I be in my kitchen every day and I clean every day, and I'm just like, I wish I didn't have to do this part sometimes. It's just it's so much, but I love it. And I think when it's something that you love, you just kind of, like, fight through it. You just kind of get used to it. It's just what you love to do.
Wow. I gotta say, like, for me, one thing that kind of keeps me motivated is when I'm cooking, right? I say to
Mhm.
myself, I'm cooking for my wife. She comes, I'm visualizing. I
Yeah.
don't want her to think I have that old school mentality where the woman has to stay home, that she
Hmm.
cooks, you know what I'm saying? I want to be
Yeah.
the one that, I have a really good day, babe. I want to make you a nice dinner, maybe a nice little smoothie with a cherry on top and whipped cream. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
You
That's the
know,
love language.
there you go. Because honestly, I feel like, you know, here's the thing, like I've been single for, like, I think almost 2 years, 2.5 years. And I realized that, the more I'm alone, I'm learning new things about myself where I can improve.
Yep.
And I feel like, I see a lot of couples, wonderful couple out there in the world. They've been together since high school, but they've never experienced on being independent by
Yeah.
themselves. I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
big thing. I wish I had a discussion with one of my good friends. She's like in her mid, like, 60s, and she was telling me too, like, every young person should experience one time in their life where they are alone, like they live by themselves in an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
nobody that lives with them, and like a year at least.
Yep.
Because honestly, for me, if, God forbid, but my girl walk away and she's like, "Look, babe, I don't need you no more. I got my own, I got my own Gucci bag. I don't need you. I found a new man." And I'll be like, "Okay." You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, my thing is, honestly, I, I will look back in my life and say, I had fun too when I was alone. Like, I'm not afraid of being by myself because I remember
Mm-hmm.
the good times I had. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I look at it. I really feel that, you know, especially for young people, and us being in a Latino family, we're
Yeah.
very pushed on getting married very early,
Yeah.
right? I bet for you too.
No, 100%. Yeah, I can totally relate to you because now that I live on my own, at first I was afraid of it because I was in a relationship with someone that I dated in high school for a really long time, and that fear was definitely there before it all ended. But now living by myself, and I'm just like, I don't think I can live with anybody anymore because I'm finding out like things that I need to work on myself, like my own habits. And then on top of like living with somebody else that has their own habits that they need to work on. That's just like dealing with a whole other personality. And also, the kitchen is my studio. I am in the kitchen all day, every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks all the time. So I don't want to feel like I'm taking over the kitchen from somebody else, or if I need to use it for my live or something. I just don't want to like have that issue with somebody else if they're like they're using there or they left it dirty or something. And yeah, I love living by myself, and I'm so grateful that I got to experience this. Because you do learn a lot about yourself, things that I wasn't able to learn with when I was in a relationship a while ago. And now I am in another relationship, such a great relationship. And I'm learning other things about myself that I couldn't learn by myself, because by myself you go inward, you go really, really deep. But I think when you're with someone else and a trigger comes up, that trigger comes up in that person, like, so it just a trigger comes up because it's a condition that you've grew up with. And then you get to realize, like, why is this trigger coming up? Where did this come up in my life before? Is it in my upbringing? Is it in my last relationship? I don't like this feeling. Why is this here? Who is this person? Is this 18-year-old Vivi? Is this 25-year-old Vivi? Why is this coming up? And I don't think it would come up if I was by myself. It's only coming up like if you're with another person and they do something or they say something, and then you feel that, like, why do I feel this? So I also appreciate being in a relationship, for that, especially being in a relationship with someone who's very understanding. They're not like judgmental, or they don't look at me like funny if I'm just like, I'm feeling this. It's not you. I'm trying to process why I'm feeling this. And then they're just like, well, let's talk it out. Like, let me know what's coming up. What do you need from me? How can I make you feel comfortable? So that is super important to me. And I still love that I live by myself because I still have my own space, but I'm also able to grow within myself individually and myself with another person. So yeah, everybody needs to live by themselves, I think, at least for a year, for sure. I agree with you 100%.
No, that's good, girl. I was even gonna say that, you sharing your experience is true. There's things that when you are in a relationship that the other person can notice, right?
Yeah.
That it's something maybe that needs to get worked on or something. And they
Yeah.
say in psychology, this is word, I love it, it's called Johari window. In a way, I'm gonna paraphrase it, but I'm gonna give like an example to break it down. So they said, like, you're not really clean, right? You're very dirty. Like, you leave everything to the floor, the
Hmm.
blankets, the laundry, whatever, right? You
Hmm.
notice that because you see it.
Yeah.
The third one, it may be maybe you're not exercising enough, right? But there's a third one that you don't see, which is you sleepwalk. And that's somebody
Hmm.
else that's outside of you can see.
Yeah.
You don't see that
Yeah.
because you're asleep. So another way of looking at it, there's another theory friend told me, we have four faces. So every time, like right now, you're talking to me, there's another face. But when your mom or grandma's here, it's another face.
Yeah.
Only you and your grandma understand.
Yeah.
And then when it's your boo, there's another face, and that's like the romantic. That's not, it's just you and me, babe. And then there's another one. So they say in that theory, the other theory that my friend was sharing, that we have different personalities. We don't want to believe it, but we do, because we don't act the same with our parents when we were our friends, right?
Yeah.
Or even with our grandma, with our boo. Like, it's a whole different you. And I never noticed that until my friend told me, like, that's what he studied, psychology. We put a different face every time we meet somebody. When I'm at work,
Yeah.
I'm putting this work face. Like, I'm not gonna, the things that's bothering me at home, I'm not gonna show it. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
professional about it and change it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
And
That's
now even yeah, and now even add to that, because that's, to me, what comes to mind is boundaries. Like, the boundaries that you have with your mom and your grandmother won't be the same boundaries you have with your boo or with your work colleague, Like you said, you're not going to share your home issues at work. Or like you meet some new person that you don't know exactly what their intentions are. You're not going to be 100% vulnerable with them. So I can also see it as like just having boundaries for different situations and for different people, and that's something that I've had to learn myself. So for sure, I see that.
cool, cool. Well, girl, look, I'm really happy you here for your series, right? When
Yep.
you put them up, is it every Monday or every
I
Wednesday?
I do them every Thursday on my Instagram live. And I try to do a guest, like a guest that's doing something, even if it's just like a mom or anyone that is willing to come and cook with me. They usually last an hour long, and then I try to keep them about an hour. I put the ingredients out there. I do the flyer, and then I do the ingredients on another slide. So if anybody wants to join us on cooking on the live with me, or if they see the live and they're like, that was so simple, I want to try it myself, they can just go to the next slide and all the ingredients are there for them and follow the video themselves. So I want to take this to YouTube. I've been afraid to start YouTube. I don't know why I've been afraid. I feel like I need like these crazy editing skills for that. But that's the next move for me. I don't know why I'm taking my time with it.
Well, here's a trick. Here's a trick. I'm gonna give you a little secret. So I've been doing YouTube, like I said, 8 years. The podcast is 2 years. With YouTube, I say um it's very nice because your little logo. I don't know if you have a logo yet, but this is my logo, the one in the back you see. So
Oh, yeah,
outlet
yeah,
to
yeah.
reality. So you want to have, like, maybe in the beginning, right? When the screen comes, you have your logo and you have
Okay.
music in the background, the intro. So every time people hear it, they know that's your show. Can't miss it. And
Mm.
so then you have your cooking, right? Your cooking, the stuff you put on
Mhm.
YouTube, you can download it, your Instagram live, and then just combine it, just put it together, and then upload it. And the cool thing about YouTube that they just started this, they didn't do this back in the days, where you can now schedule when to upload a video.
Schedule? What do you mean?
So watch this, you're gonna like it.
Let me know. Let me know.
Okay. So let's say you have a video that you have to get uploaded Thursday, right?
Right.
So you have the footage, like we talked, you got the intro, you got the video live, Instagram, you put it together, upload it, right? And import it in
Mhm.
YouTube. So when you do it, it asks you on the very end, would you like to schedule it to be released on Thursday at 5 o'clock? And it's
Mm.
already Sunday, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
when Thursday comes by at 5 o'clock, it's already uploaded without you having to
I
do it.
love that. I love that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I do, because I do podcasts, I record about 12 people a week almost. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah, because when you're a YouTuber, you have to think like the long term. So I'm giving you a little
Yeah.
secret where if
Yeah.
if you record 12 people, right? let's say you do even Instagram live, for example, but when you do
Mm-hmm.
12 people and I edit those 12 videos, that's 12 weeks ahead for me.
Yeah,
So if I
that's
want,
amazing.
you know what I'm saying? So let's say I gotta go on vacation, I gotta go for 2 weeks. I already have
Yep.
2 episodes gonna be out without me having to upload it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That I heard that somewhere where if you're going to start YouTube, write 100 100 ideas, video ideas, so that when you are doing 12 a week, you're not like, what should I do now? You can pick one of the 100 ideas to choose from. So I need to do that. I need to prepare as much as I can. So that was really good advice. Thank you.
Yeah. And I was gonna tell you something too. I think you'll like this. You're because you have a cooking show. I never even thought about this, but I thought of something cool you might like. Little something to pick at your brain. So
Okay.
what if you went to a restaurant, right? You go
Hmm.
to a special restaurant and then you try to make it better in the kitchen when you get home.
I do that already.
You
That's how I started cooking. I would go to restaurants and I would be like, I can make this at home and I can even put my own spin on it. That's how I started really posting and stuff. So
wow.
I love that idea.
No, for real. So like it's like a vlog almost. Like you're walking,
Yeah.
we follow you, you
Oh my
get the
God.
restaurant, and you're already picking out, okay, so they had that, they had that. All right, guys, follow me. Let's go check it out in the kitchen. You take it, remember
Yep.
your kitchen, your studio. I just thought about that.
Yeah.
So we get
Love
there
that.
and you're putting your magic, you're like,
Hmm.
hey, you got some
I
reggaeton in the
love
back. You gotta say,
yes.
you gotta say. So I feel like that would be so different that no one has done yet.
Oh,
So I
yep.
thought of sharing that with you because you could definitely put that on YouTube like a special. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I really love that idea. I'm doing that. It's happening.
See, there you go,
I
girl.
love it.
See, give you a little,
Yes.
oh man.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I really love our conversation. I'm willing to try your cooking like
Yes.
episode. I'm
Thank
down.
you.
I'm down, girl. You because I was kind of nervous. I'm like, I don't know her and I don't know if we'll vibe. And so you get that sometimes when you don't meet the person, and I'm like,
Yes.
you seem like really cool. And you know what? It doesn't hurt. So you let me know what day works for you.
Okay.
I know this Wednesday I'm busy, but
Okay.
any of the day, Thursday, Friday night, or Sunday, anytime. Even yeah, just let me know if we can't do this week. We can always do next week. Next week, I'm a little bit more free too. I have more days,
Okay.
but yeah,
So
girl, I
let's
think
plan. Let's plan for April. I will be in Mexico next week, and then I
okay,
already have bookings the next 3 Thursdays. So April. I know, right? I'm getting it together. I am learning. Okay, it's taken me a while, but I'm catching up. Now that I'm in season 2 of it. So let's plan for April. I would love to do it.
okay.
And I'll send you a few meals. You get to choose whichever one you want. I'll send you the meals, the ingredients, the level of like advancedness of it. But it's gonna come out bomb, okay? You are gonna
Okay.
be so impressed with yourself.
I know this that's the thing is a little for me, I'm a little shy. But you know what? I think it'll be fun. It'll be something different. I
It
really
will.
like that. Like I said, thank you so much for being here. It was so fun. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick so my fans get ready. This is the Outlet to Reality. The whole is podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. You know where to find me. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching. You know, I'm on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, the Outlet to Reality. My Snapchat is Take One Pass It. My TikTok is Yakov28. And girl, where can my fans find you on social media?
They can find me on Instagram at Vivi's_table. Just Vivi's table on Instagram and on Facebook. Those are my 2 outlets.
Perfect. Peace.